Yeah, sure. So, last time we went over the things we see in nature and the natural world around us, the ABCDs, like things like art, things like energy, things like, creation. And so basically what we examined was like the universe was made in such a systematic way. And so that implies that there must be a creator, right, to this universe. And then also like we learn a little bit more, we touched upon like the laws of karma a little bit and like the systematic nature that karma has and how it affects us.
Good. Okay. So let's get started with the next one.
Hare Krishna. So, welcome back on this Sunday morning. So, we will try to cover our session that we had started yesterday. So, today's class will be relatively shorter because we'll be able to complete that session today. So, we'll start the next session on the next Sunday. So, yes. So, today we have to start with our scientists' observations. So, I'll share the screen. So today we are starting with the scientists' observations. Okay. So the first one is Einstein. So what does he have to say? So he says that the Lord God is subtle, but malicious he is not. So if we actually search on the Google, then Einstein is actually having interest in knowing how God has created this universe. And just as I told in the last class also, that if we go deep in science, then we'll find spiritual secrets. And this is also what Einstein has said. So all the great scientists of the history, they've actually said that how the reason behind this whole universe is actually a creator, which is God. And this is actually said by all the great scientists in the history. Then, so what does he has to say? He says that I am very astonished that the scientific picture of the real world around me is very deficient. It gives a lot of factual information, puts all our experience in a magnificently consistent order, but it is ghastly silent about all and sundry that is really near to our heart, that really matters to us. So he is saying that we all know about the gross things. Science can discuss about the gross things. The same example that I gave in the first class also, if we have a gulab jamun, if I eat a gulab jamun, then I can describe, oh, it's very delicious. But science will say, oh, it is a sphere ball with something golden liquidy that it is put in it. So it cannot explain us the emotions. It cannot describe the emotions. Similarly, if I see a painting, then I can experience that it is so beautiful. If I hear a song, then I can experience it such a melodious song. But science can only give the sound vibrations and the velocity. And if there is a very hot day and if I come in near a fan, then I feel the coolness. Now this feeling of shabda sparsha rupa rasagandha, that means of seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting and touching, all of these things, all of these senses and the emotions, this science cannot give us. Science can only tell us about the gross matter, not the subtle matter. So it is silent about all and sundry that is really near to our heart, that really matters to us. It cannot tell us a word about red and blue, bitter and sweet, physical pain and physical delight. It knows nothing of beauty and ugly, good or bad, God and eternity. Science sometimes pretend to answer questions in these domains, but the answers are often very silly, that we are not inclined to take them seriously. The third one is Lord Kelvin. If you think strongly enough, you will be forced by science to believe in God. So, this is actually the reality of science. Then, next is Newton. So, this also example I've given a plenty of time. So, this is a gyroscope that Newton had created. And when a friend came to Newton's house and this kaleidoscope was resting there, so he asked that, who made this amazing model? The sun is there and every planet is revolving around on its own. Who made this? Newton said, oh, well, actually, this came on by chance. So the friend was like, are you nuts? What are you saying? This cannot come by chance. Someone would have made it, someone would have created this model. So he said that, see, if you're so reluctant to know who created this model, then how can you refuse to accept that the whole orderly, the systematic, and the harmonious universe is also created by someone? How can you? Isn't it very not practical if we say that the whole universe came by chance and everything, every minute thing that we experience in our daily life is actually having a creator, but the whole systematic universe which is moving on so orderly and systematically came on by chance? So Newton said that this most beautiful system of the suns, the planets, and comets could only proceed from the counsel and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. This being governs all things, not as the soul of the world, but as the Lord over all. So he's saying that we all are souls. We all are spirit souls, as we discussed in the first class, that we all are souls, right? And who is the super soul? Who is the Lord of all the souls? We are the soul, but there is one super soul, the Lord of all the souls, and that is God. And on account of his dominion, he is to be called Lord God, universal ruler. This is what Newton said. Then we have Max Born. I saw in it the atom, even in a smallest. We saw two worlds yesterday, macro world and a micro world. In the macro world, we saw how everything is arranged so systematically by the arrangement of God. Then in the micro world, we saw graphite turning into a diamond. So many atoms, molecular things also we saw how it is arranged and it is having a creator behind it. So he's also saying that I saw it in it, the atom, the key to the deepest secret of nature, and it revealed to me the greatness of the creation and the creator. So he said, this is another scientist, he said that an equation for me has no meaning unless it represents a thought of God. The next, there is a higher power not influenced by our wishes, which finally decides and judges. So someone who is controlling everyone, someone who is finally deciding, finally judging. We have a very limited control over our life. We can control very limited things, but the rest of the things are controlled by the laws of nature, the law of karma, and even above the law of karma is the law of God. The law of God is even controlling the law of karma, and we are controlling in very minute things. So we have a free will. Okay, so we have a very tiny free will. We can decide if I have to go north or if I have to go south. This is my free will. Now, I can decide if on the Sunday I want to go hang out with my friends and watch a movie and go out, or on a Sunday early morning I have to wake up and attend the Bhagavad Gita class. So, this is my free will. I can choose this according to my desires. Okay. Now, what will be the result of it? Whatever action you do, you get an equal and opposite reaction to it, right? So what the law of karma has decided for you for that subsequent action is not in your control. So what is in your control is the minute desire you have and the action that you can take, and whatever follows will be decided by karma, and above it the law of God. Okay, see. So Michael Faraday, he was actually he invented electricity. So we ought to value the privilege of knowing God's truth far beyond anything we can have in this world. So all of these scientists, we see that all of these scientists discover the ultimate genius. Now we have a $2 million question that I discussed of yesterday. So I want that one of you can answer the first question. So there is a volume. Okay. So this is our question. What is the origin of the universe? Uh, Sahir, can you answer? What is the origin of the universe amongst these four?
It's not A, it's not B. Is it C?
Yes, it's C. We saw through A, B, C, D, E, F that there is an intelligent design, a creator behind everything, right? So nothing can come by chance, right? Everything has a reason behind it. Even this universe, there is an intelligent design behind it. Now, this is the second question. What is the purpose? What is the purpose of this universe? So I'll first explain briefly to you, then we'll try to answer this question also. So, what is the purpose of this universe? So, the whole universe, we saw that even a watch, it has a design and it has a purpose. So, we've seen that the whole universe, it has a design, it has a creator, but what is the purpose? The whole creation, the whole material world, we are here in it. What is the purpose? What is the goal of our life? The thing that we discussed even in the first session. What is the goal of our life? Why this whole material world? Why this universe? Why are we here? So the scriptures answer this, Bhagavad Gita answers this, that the whole universe is created for a definite purpose. Now, see, if there is a sick person, he goes to a hospital, he gets some medicine, then he becomes healthy and happy. Then he is able to lead a happy life. So, similarly, when there is rainwater, it is in a pure state. Rainwater is in pure state. But when it falls on the ground, then it becomes a muddy pool of water. Yes. But then when it again goes to the desalination plant, then it again gets purified and becomes pure rainwater. Yes, similarly, we are souls. Originally, we are souls, and originally, we are very pure. Our heart is pure. But but we have fallen from that stage. We are originally, see, this is a very big uh, this is a very big secret, we can say, a very deep knowledge which Bhagavad Gita gives us, that we are souls. Originally, we are souls and we are pure. But we fell down from that stage, just like we were healthy earlier, but we became sick. So we were pure, but we became sick. So we fell down from the higher plane to a lower plane. Okay. So once we are healthy, we can again go back to the higher plane. We take some medicines, so we can again go back to a healthy and happy state of life. But we can ask, okay, I understand that I can be healthy, I can again go back to a healthy and happy life. But what is the impurity in me now? If I was pure earlier, from a higher stage, I have come down on a lower stage. And if there are some impurities in me, I have turned to be sick. And if I take some medicines, I can be healthy and happy again. But what is that impurity that I undergo? So, there are three viruses in our mind. So you can tell me if you have those three viruses, or if you are virus proof. So the first virus in our mind is lust. So Krishna says to Arjun that the first virus and the first gateway to hell is lust. Okay, what is lust? Lust means I want. It is an adamant desire for prohibited things, which we should not desire, but we are desiring, and we are having adamant desire. I want this, I want this, I want this, I want this. So this is lust. So do you know who is Ravana and Sita? If you all have heard basic Ramayana, I am not sure if you would know it or not. Do you know who is Ram, Sita, and Ravana? Or you don't have any clue about it? Devin, do you know about it?
Yeah, I think I know the basics of a bit. I know Ravana was fighting a war right against Ram, then I guess the good side, and Sita was Ram's wife, and Ravan, used to want Sita and would try to, take her away right from Ram and the good
Hmm.
side.
Hmm. So Ravana's adamant desire to have Sita was lust in his heart. Similarly, when we have adamant desire for meat eating, for illicit sex, for gambling, for intoxication, we have desires. For example, a child has desires for chocolates. I want chocolate, I want chocolate, I want chocolate. The mother is saying, no, you will get sick. I want chocolate, I want chocolate, I want chocolate. So this is lust. He has adamant desires. Okay. Second virus in our heart is greed. What is greed? I want more, I want more, I want more. For example, if a child is saying that I want chocolates, now the mother gives him two gems. I think my internet is lagging. I'll try to turn off the camera and speak. So if the mother is giving him two gems, so the boy is saying, no, I want the whole packet. I want 4 more packets. So he will never be satisfied. So this is greed. I want more. So greed is endless desire. If I want to be happy, I want a car. If I want to be happy, I want 20 pairs of shoes. There were so many of my friends when I was in school. There were so many of my friends, even after having 20-25 pairs of shoes, they were like, I want this shoes worth 15,000 rupees. And so this is called greed, endless desires for obtaining more. The third virus in our heart, which Krishna tells to Arjuna, is anger. Why can't I get it? I'll get it. How can you say that I cannot get it? I'll get it. So this is anger. Okay, so all of these are animalistic urges, not human. Animalistic urges. And they are always pushing inside our hearts. And these are actually our impurities, which has made us sick, which has made us fall down from the higher plane to a lower plane. From a pure heart, from a pure soul, to being an impure heart in a condition of in a diseased condition. So Krishna says to Arjuna that even amongst all of these three viruses, there is one virus which is the most predominant virus in our heart. From lust, greed, and anger, there is one virus that is the most strong and predominant one. So we may have hundreds and thousands of enemies outside. There can be someone in our school which I don't like, someone who bullies us, or someone we bully, someone our enemy outside. But Krishna says that the greatest enemy is not outside, the greatest enemy is inside of you. And that greatest enemy, that who is inside of you, is actually that one virus which is the most predominant one from these three, and that is lust. Why? Because when I have adamant desire for prohibited things, I want this, I want that. If it is not satisfied, if I tell my mother I want a skateboard on my birthday, I wanted this car, I want this new bike, this new model of iPhone, this laptop, this iPad, this so many this. So if my desires are not satisfied, then I'll be angry. Why? I wanted it. Why was it not satisfied? I want it. So if lust is not satisfied, it will turn into, what will it turn into? If lust is not
Anger.
satisfied, yes, if lust is not satisfied, it will turn into anger. And imagine if lust is satisfied. If I wanted something, I wanted a car, I wanted a pair of shoes, and it got satisfied. Okay, I got a pair of shoes. Then I see, oh, my friend is wearing the next model. Then, then what will happen? I want that model now. If I have iPhone 10 and my friend is having iPhone 13, I want iPhone 13 now. I am having this model bike, but if I went to Singapore, but she went to America, I want to go to America and click my pictures and upload on Instagram. So even if my desires are satisfied, my lust is satisfied, what will it result to? Will I be really satisfied? Will I be really happy? No. it will result in greed. I want more. I want more. So, what is the greatest virus? Who is the greatest enemy amongst these three? It is lust. Because lust leads to anger, lust leads to greed. Yes, because if lust is not satisfied, what will it result to? Devin, what will it result to if lust is not satisfied?
Will lead to greed and then anger, basically, because our
Yeah.
desires keep increasing, right? And that causes us to have attachment to them and have like bad emotions surrounding them.
Yeah. So if our lust is not satisfied, then it will lead to anger. Because if I wanted an
Anger.
iPhone, I wanted an iPad, a laptop, but I did not get it. So I'll be angry. Oh, why did not I get it? My friend is having it. I also want it. Why didn't I get it? So it will result in anger. And if my lust is satisfied, then Sahir, what will it result in?
Greed.
Yes. Why? Why will it result in greed, Mahir?
Because that I will now think that I want more. That's why if I got one, so I want more.
Yes, I want more. So I will
Yes.
never be able to be happy. That means I was happy. I was a spirit soul. I was happy. I was pure. My heart was pure. But then I became diseased because I'm so frustrated, so sad, so anxious, so depressed in this life because I am in a diseased condition. Okay, now I am in a diseased condition, but I can take some medicine and I can get back to that pure state. Now, what is that medicine? That medicine is the scriptures. When we read those scriptures, then our heart of greed, lust, anger, sadness, agony, despair, all of this can turn back to a pure heart of love, a pure heart of service, a pure heart of happiness. Yes. So, this is actually the purpose of scriptures so that we can go from lust to love. Okay. We have to keep in our mind always from lust to love. So, lust is actually resembled by Ravana. Okay. Because he was having n number of desires. Someday, maybe if Lord wants, then we can also discuss Ramayan. It is very good having many, many morals and lessons to learn. So lust is actually resembled by Ravana. He was having many, many, many desires. And love is represented by Hanuman. Who is Hanuman? Hanuman is a servant of Ram. Okay, Hanuman is a servant of Ram. So he has a lot of service attitude and love. So it is actually dependent upon us. Ravan is also in us. Hanuman is also in us. If we want to take out the Ravana in us or we want to take out the Hanuman in us. But we can change. Right now, Ravana is coming out. We know right now Ravana is coming out. But we can change that to Hanuman. We can change our heart by reading the scriptures and understanding our scriptures. So the whole training program, this Bhagavad Gita training, whole training program, the whole courses, the whole scriptures that we are reading actually is for one purpose, to bring out that love within us. That is the only purpose. To bring out that love within us. Somehow or other, that love is sleeping inside us right now. And the Ravana is awake doing his, I want this, I want this, I want that, I want that. Ravana is awake, but the Hanuman is sleeping inside us. The love is sleeping inside us. So, if we can somehow awaken that love, which is dormant in our hearts, then we can be really happy. All the frustration and happiness, sadness can go away. Okay, so this world actually, therefore, we were talking about the purpose of the universe. It is like a hospital because we are sick, we are diseased, we have come here to take some medicine so that we can become pure and happy again. So, what is the purpose of this universe then? This purpose of the world, material world, and the universe is so that we can cure our disease of lust, greed, anger. If I have headache, I can take a painkiller. I can have n number of medicine which I can take. If I have fever, I can take a dolo. I can take crocin. If I have any problem, I have a medicine. But tell me if science have a medicine called uh, lust proof medicine, some medicine for greed, some medicine for anger. No, these are the problems that we are suffering from. People are suiciding, people having divorces, people are depressed. Why are so many psychiatrists clinics opening today? So many psychiatrists, especially in America. Psychiatrist salary is enormous. So this is because everyone is suffering from depression, frustration, agony, despair. Yes. So therefore, this whole universe, this world is actually compared to a hospital.